Hello to everyone. We will now be starting Disc 2 of Final Fantasy 7. We're hopefully going to be able to get to at least through the Whirlwind Maze when Cloud's lost, and then we'll try to get to Mideel and call it there, just because there's a lot of like side stuff after that, getting the huge materia and side quests and different things that you can do, so we'll kind of call it after that. Save it for the next session. If we have time, maybe we'll go and do the Wutai side quest. But we'll at least work on this first. We'll see how quickly we can get through it. Alright, so just to recap, if anyone wasn't paying attention, the last session we finished Disc 1. Aerith dying tragically. Yes, I know. Everyone's always so sad. Right here, if you haven't trained at all and gotten your characters up some levels and that sort of stuff, right here is a great place to do it. You know, again, I kind of did some training the last time around, so I don't necessarily really have to do it right here, but yeah, it's really good. Yeah, whatever, we'll just leave it. Oops, come on. That chest right there is a weapon for Sid. We're gonna get a better one in a little bit here though, so we don't really have to worry about it. The Hypno Crown is a good weapon for trying to get like enemy skills and stuff from enemies, because it improves your odds of making the manipulation materia work. Oh, come on. This is times where you're happy you have the ×3 speed. There we go. Magic Plus is a good materia to have. Okay. So now we're gonna head over to the Icicle Inn. And the always fun and exciting Great Glacier. I'm not a huge fan of the Great Glacier. Especially finding the Alexander materia and all that good stuff. It's always a pain. No matter how many times you play this game. Oh, come on. Cloud just comes in and steals stuff. It's always nice. one of those really random parts of the game. You're like, okay. Yeah, thanks for your snowboard, kid. This is always fun to do in 3 times speed. Because you're always like hitting everything. This is like one of my favorite parts of the game in 3 times speed, is just running into the walls constantly. I don't know if this is any quicker than just doing it normal speed, but I always think it's funny. Okay, fine, we'll do it normal. Alright, so based off of where you turn, we'll decide where you like start in the Great Glacier. So you can go left or right a few times, and that'll decide where you start. So for the purposes of this playthrough, I'm gonna go left both times. Doesn't mean it's better than another way or anything. It's purely like where you start out. So it's a pain no matter where you go. So it's hit like every tree. The balloons don't mean anything for this minigame. They do if you played it in Gold Saucer. Yep, so we'll go left here. I guess there's like different obstacles depending on which way you go for this minigame, but again, it's really not that important. We'll go left one more time. Ooh, can't believe I dodged it. Oh! Steep turns. Steep turns. Whoa, crap. Yeah, you can actually make it a little bit easier if you like brake before you hit a wall, then he won't fall over. But all right. So, in the Great Glacier, you will pass out after, I think it's 500 some steps that you take automatically, and then you'll wake up in the cabin. So you kind of got to be efficient with where you go and what you do. There are a bunch of things to get in the Great Glacier, but it's not all important. So unless you're kind of like a completionist, you don't really need to worry about a lot of it. And definitely for our purposes, we're not going to be extremely picky. So, obviously the most important thing is to get the Alexander materia. And to do that, you need to touch the hot springs, which is in the kind of northeast part of the glacier. And then you need to get to the little area where the lady enemy is in Beater, and you get the Alexander material. It was always a huge pain when I was younger, having to play through this game and try to figure out how to get to that. So here's the hot springs here. You touch it. So there are some additional materials and stuff that you can get here. I think it's added cut material. You can get an all materia. Oops. You can get, so here's the all materia. You can get a safety bit accessory. I mean, other than that, even the safety bit, you don't really need. So for our purposes, I'm just gonna ignore it. So you kind of just walk around until you pass out. It's always like a huge bummer when you pass out, like right when you're gonna get the Alexander materia. I'm always so bummed out when that happens. I'm not going the right way to do the Alexander thing, I'm just trying to pass out basically. So this girl you can steal a circlet from, which is a accessory that makes your magic do more, which is pretty solid. Put steel on for just a little bit. Yep, so right now I'm just trying to walk around until he passes out. Just going back the way I already came. He's like, wait, I was already here. Technically, we can get the safety bit if we wanted. It's just over here. We'll see if I can get it before passing out. It's like a little puzzle. Ah. Oops. I'm gonna go that way. Uh-oh. Oh, it worked out. Oh, and I passed out. That's alright. Again, tells a really sad story about how his friend died. Everyone in this game's gotta have a depressing story of some sort. Excuse me. A lot of times when I play through this game, I'm already like in my low to mid level 50s right now, so it's a lot easier, you know. Oops. Yep, so here's the cave here. I can't escape. Yep, so you just try to touch her. For some reason you have boss music for this lady. She's not really tough. There you go, got the circlet. It's a good accessory to have because it makes your magic and I think its spirit go up by 30, so it's quite a nice accessory if you have magic casters in your group or you need to cast magic. Okay, so I got the Alexander materia. So that's really the only important thing that we have to get here in the Great Glacier. And the only reason we need to get it is because of the because we want to get the Master Summon materia eventually. And you can't get it unless you have all the summons. There's a few, I think, I guess there's not really summons that are, like you can never go back and get. They're just a huge pain to go back and get it, if you know what I mean. Like I guess the only one that's missable is the Bahamut materia in the Temple of the Ancients, just because you obviously can't go back to the Temple of the Ancients afterwards. But that one you'd have to work pretty hard to not grab, because it's, you know, right in front of your face. So you kind of have two options here. You can rather run around until you pass out again, or you can try to find the place, which is right here. Come on. We'll save it one more time just so we don't lose our place and have to go back and get that materia. Alright, so now we're going to move on and go to the Gaia's Cliff. So here the important thing is to make sure that you are always warm enough, you don't freeze. The game, if you've ever noticed, whenever you're fighting an enemy that can slow you down, the game always makes sure that like all your people are affected by that slow status. It's weird. Like they'll keep attacking like each one of your people individually until everyone's affected by that slow status. They don't like attack the same person multiple times. kind of interesting. This is another great area too, to do some grinding if you need some levels or different things, just because all the enemies here are, they're strong, but they give out a ton of experience. The bats give out a lot, these guys do, and again, if you have the, like the enemy skills and that sort of thing, it's a lot easier to do. So, just think about that, I guess. Don't try to be in too much of a hurry if you haven't done some grinding, because it really pays off. Especially if you haven't really worked on your like secondary characters, like your Tifa. Well, for me, she would be secondary because I don't use her. Like Tifa, Yuffie, Vincent, Red 13, different people like that, because in just a little bit here, Cloud's going to leave your party, and then Tifa's your main character. So if you haven't worked on her at all, then it could be a little bit of a struggle. So if you haven't already, this is a good place to go to do it, to get some experience. And then Sid is another one too. You want to make sure that Sid is a decent character, just because he's your party leader for a couple of the huge materia side quests. This area tries to trick you to go to the wrong spots. I always fall for it every time. See, like I went the wrong way just now. Go right or go the way that you just came? I think I'm gonna go right. Yeah, I should probably. Alright. Come on. Climb up that mountain. Trying is a really nice enemy skill to have here. Oops. And push this out. Because it does a lot of damage to all the enemies for a decent amount of MP. Aqualung is a really nice one to have, but kind of from this point forward, you kind of gotta watch and see, because a lot of enemies are like immune to the water element. So obviously, Aqualung's gonna do 0 damage to them if they're immune. Can anyone else believe that next Thursday is Thanksgiving already? That's insane. in this area right here, you have to fight all the icicles that are here. And then when you have the option to jump down or not, you always say no. Because otherwise you basically have to go all the way back around to get back to this room again. And it's a pain. Yep, so the icicle will fall. Say jump down. Nope. Don't jump down. Now you can jump down. Hand sword. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I'm trying to follow college football follow-play. As you can see, I'm repping Western Michigan University today. They don't play today, but that's where I work. they're not doing so hot this year. They started out 6-2, and now they're not. Kind of a cool area right there. You can heal your HP and MP just by talking to the crystal. I'm gonna blame that on my wife. Let's try that one more time. Take care of myself a little bit better. Alright. So obviously that fight could go a lot better if I cared, but just trying to get through it quick. So here's where the game goes off the rails. Things start getting pretty crazy. You covered that much ground. Seems pretty crazy, right? Doesn't seem like we went that far. Do 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 do. Yep, so here Tifa has to join your party. So you just kind of pick either one of them. It's not really a big deal right now. This is only like one fight pretty much that you have to do with her, so... Yeah, don't miss that Neo Bahamut materia there. This is always pretty annoying to do this part. Or not that one, but the one coming up. Just like old times, Barret, Tifa, and Cloud. Game kind of throws you a bone right there and gives you a weapon for Tifa in case you've been neglecting her this whole time. What the heck, dude? Not looking good. See these ones right here. You don't really want to keep screwing that up because you have to fight a fight every time that you mess up. So you kind of do want to take your time and make sure you do it right. Oh, come on, that was cheap. The wind was not blowing. The last one's annoying because then it throws in a lightning strike. Do they fumble it? Ah! again, if you've never played this game before, you definitely don't want to skip through this part. You definitely want to listen. But, it is pretty crazy. This one right here. Whew, first try. That one can be quite a pain. Yep, so now we get into like dream sequences and where you kind of learn a lot more backstory and about things that actually happen. This part is always kind of crazy because they just like appear out of nowhere. That would freak me out if I was Rufus or on any of those. Come on, Reginald. Hojo's like super excited about it, even though they're all gonna die. Scene where all the weapons come out. Don't we? Meteor! How terrifying would that be if you were in that situation? Like to know that this like giant meteor is about to fall and like destroy your whole planet basically. I'd be terrified too. The other thing I have never understood is that, like, Kate Sith is in disguise right there, and yet he allows Tifa to be put in the gas chamber. Seems kind of mean. doesn't reveal himself and like start to help out until after like Tifa might have died. Alright, so we do this gas chamber scene in Junin. Pretty simple series of events here. Another really cool scene is when they fight this weapon here. Come on, you gotta be kidding me. Basically trying to make him mad. They're using like little there. It's not really made to be physical attacker, but that drill arm kept enough. Yuffie knows where the airport is. Wasn't so hard. It's always so funny. And it's dead. Cloud and all them have to go through all the trouble to fight them and do all this damage to them and stuff, and one cannon blast is all it takes to wreck this weapon. This minigame here doesn't really matter if you win it or not. Thank you. It's more like it. here. This will be a good place to stop for now. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll pick it up in a little bit here.